Hi, Capricorns. This is your December-January reading, kind of your season, if you will. Today, let's see, we're just a couple of days from Capricorn season. I hope you are all well. We have Mercury retrograde in Capricorn and Pluto about to leave your sign. So I'm sure all you 28th and 29th Capricorn suns, 27-degree Capricorn suns, meaning people born on like between the 16th and the 20th of January. I'm sure you will all be happy to get Pluto off of your placements, or just people who have placements around there. Trust me, the Taurians at the end degrees and the Cancers and the Virgos at the end degrees, probably too the Libras, and the Aries are all feeling it as well, which is the opposition squares and trines of that Pluto. Okay, I'm Susie. I'm a trauma-informed astrologer and metaphysical practitioner, which means I'm going to read cards for you. Your guides will kiki with my guides, and tell you what you need to hear. I like to focus on you. Of course, you involves an environment that's got other people in it. So if it's a love reading, it'll be a love reading. And if it's empowerment or just about other situations and work, then that's what it'll be about. But I like to give you tools and some more guidance. And there'll be an extended reading that's for members. There's information about membership down there, in the link. Let's see. Oh, very interesting. Very interesting. Right off the top, we have a court card. By the way, this is good for all Capricorn placements, 10th house placements, and also if you have Saturn really close to the ascendant, like within, I like 2 or 3, but we can go up to 5 degrees, and sometimes Aquarius rising, because they're also Saturn ruled, can feel like this can resonate. Okay. Ooh. Okay, Capricorn. I just want to be like, have a Merry Christmas. I don't want to read any of this. Cat hair in the eyelash. Woo. All right, so we have the King of Wands, the 3 of Pentacles, the 10 of Cups, all in reverse. Hold on, though. And then the King of Swords, somebody who's going to come in and give you truth. Now, listen, the King of Wands in reverse can be a couple of things. I also see that the King of Wands as possibly being a Libra or somebody that is hiding their passions or doesn't feel like they can live their passions. They feel uninspired. When they feel uninspired, they're a completely different person when they feel inspired. You may be the person that inspires them and they feel like they can't have you. 10 of Cups in reverse also came in as a clarification card with Virgo. So if you're dealing with a Virgo at all, I would go watch the other. There was a Knight of Wands in Virgo's reading as well. 3 Pentacles. A promotion or a raise that you might have thought should have just come to you because you deserved it and you earned it and you're Capricorn. And of course, you just know what you need to know and you've done the work, right? To get there may skip you. Something may feel like a demotion that should not be happening to you. It's a lot of like, you didn't deserve that in the earth readings in general today. Then we have this 10 of Cups. This 10 of Cups is very, I swear, I want to say whoever created this Ten of Cups, watch the Prince and Prince Charles and Diana wedding back in 1981. But I'd have to check and see when these cards are made, because I think these cards are older than 1981. I could be wrong though. They might be 1981. I know they're old because this is the cheap knockoff version of the original, because the original, like, to get an original print of this is the Tarot of the 78 Doors, the original print is like expensive. So I don't have it. I don't know that I would ever spend $300 on a deck of tarot. I mean, maybe one day I'll have a deck that's worth that much because it didn't have that much print. But anyway, that's what this reminds me of. Now, when we have the Ten of Cups, to me, this particular card with this artwork looking like Charles and Diana, this may be, if it's not you and your partner, it may be somebody else and their partner, and somehow that's affecting your life. You could have a really close friend, and if things are off with their partner and you're their go-to person, they're not letting you in that. They'll let you in when it's like, oh, they're driving me crazy. But if it's really looking like it's going to be hard to make it at all, they may not share that with you because they want to be protective. They'll come to you when it's all done and over. So like, this could be a friend that's ghosted you, or a friend that's like being weird, and you're trying to think what you did, and it has nothing to do with you. It has to do with their relationship. It also could be a boss or somebody you're working with that something is off and you think it's about your work or your performance, or they're getting a new partner to replace you, but it's not. It's about their partner. Now, the reason I say that is because when I see this particular 10 of Cups in reverse, it feels like when this coupling, when this partnership got together, it seemed like what else would these people do? Like, they're perfect for each other, and of course they're going to end up together, but it could be a little arranged, like Charles and Diana. It could be a little one person was invested and the other was like, this is just what you do. I'm in my early 50s, and when people were getting married when I was in my 20s, it was like, you dated this long, and then after you dated so long, you got engaged, and then you got married, and then you had kids, and it was just like a schedule that society expected of people. And then the expectations went into that, especially from the female end, not going to lie. And a lot of men got engaged because it was like, get engaged or lose the girl, because whatever. And they weren't really ready to get married, and they didn't act married when they were married, right? So like, this could also be one person, like this could be the couple that got married because that was the schedule, because that's what they thought was next. And sometimes girls want to get married because they're afraid they won't get committed to. And back in the day, I don't think as much now, because I don't think we raised our girls to think like that, right? But our moms raised us to be like that. And the gentleman or the masculine, this is gender free, and it doesn't have to be a heterosexual couple. Gender is a spectrum, and so is sexuality. And so is choosing who you love. But one person could have gotten married because, not that they were given an ultimatum, but it just felt like, well, that's what you do next. And they might not have been ready. There was a lot of pomp and circumstance around this 10 of Cups. I mean, this is very formal. This is an old-fashioned traditional. This is pomp and circumstance. This is all the stuff, right? Now we have this King of Swords, integrity, truth, never talking to hear themselves talk. This is only someone who's going to tell you something when they have something to say. And they're going to give you the hard truth, but they're going to be fair and honest. Also, their way of thinking is very mature. So we have somewhere where you might have felt demoted where you shouldn't have been, or you didn't get the promotion. You didn't get the upgrade, and that could have been in a couple. You could have coupled with this King of Wands. It did not give you the upgrade in life that you expected. Things were not better because when they're uninspired, there's a lot of ways this reading could go. For some of you, I do feel like you are the person that it inspires that King of Wands, but they chose the person they were expected to choose. It was not an upgrade. They could have had a health scare, or somebody around them could have had a health scare. Something that came in and was like, bam, this is the truth of life. This is the truth of you. This is the truth of who you are and what you want. This is the truth of whether you want to hear it or not. This feels like an awakening, a reckoning. All right, Capricorn. Let's get I don't know which. Let's use these. Let's clarify. I'm going to use my queer tarot to clarify. I just feel like this tarot has more of a chance of being really honest, which I know Capricorn appreciates. A little less bells and whistles, a little more like give me the facts, give it to me straight. Let's see. Let's clarify. I almost want to clarify the King of Swords first. What happened that, like, I want to say this sobered you up, even if sobriety isn't really a thing for you. This is like, oh my God, what am I doing? Life is short. Okay. 5 of Cups. So sadness, grieving, which makes me feeling like this is a health scare, like the truth, the hard truth that came in. You might have lost somebody, or you might have almost lost somebody. You might have had your own health scare. I swear this is just for like 1 or 2 of you, but I feel like your partner may have had a health scare. And if you were thinking before about like, maybe we should both move on and find somebody that's more suited to us. We were suited to each other 30 years ago, but now we're not suited to each other now. And this health scare is keeping you here. And the things you thought you were going to do in life, they cannot be the King of Wands anymore. The things that you thought you were going to do in life, that happiness, that happy ending that you were promised, all seems like I can't have it with them, and I'm not gonna be able to have it with anyone else, because if I leave now, that's just for 1 of 2 of you, maybe just 1 of you. Once in a while I do these collective readings and I literally feel guilt because it feels so personal. And I know Tyler has a reading labeled like almost personal, but once I feel bad because I know I'm supposed to be, I'm not reading for Tyler's size collective, but I mean, I'm reading for a collective, and like, it shouldn't just be for one person. That's a personal reading, right? Speaking of personal readings, my flash sale only happens twice a year. It won't happen again until the end of June. And it's a big sale off readings. That information will be up on the community page on YouTube and on my website and all that stuff later today. Five of Swords in reverse came out for that Ten of Cups in reverse. Sometimes we know it's over when the fighting is over. Like when you won't fight with anyone anymore. Like I used to say that. Everybody would say, you talk too much, you get too emotional about everything. And I used to say, okay, fair, that's how you perceive, or that is your perspective on how I emote and communicate. That's fine. Also, when I get quiet is when you should know that there's no chance of rehabilitating anything. This is you getting quiet. When the fight is gone, King of Wands, when the passion is gone, those are usually the same thing. Let's see what happens. Okay. The High Priestess came out to clarify this Three of Pentacles in reverse. You understand now that there's something more for you. You understand now what your purpose is. There's an alignment between your career, your MC, your higher purpose, all of that. And you may feel like you're not getting to really truly live that out right now. Let's clarify that King of Wands in reverse. Usually I clarify that way, but for some reason we're clarifying this way. For Capricorn, maybe that's because Mercury is retrograde in your sign right now. So the Knight of Wands in reverse was clarified by, or the King of Wands in reverse was clarified by the Knight of Wands in reverse. Okay, I'm just going to be honest. The Knight of Wands in reverse, part of, for me, my understanding, my communication with guides, is that the Knight of Wands in reverse could be somebody who is dealing with not feeling themselves. Now, whether that is a man who's having any kind of physical dysfunction because of mental, emotional, or hormonal reasons, or it's a woman, it's libido, not doing what libido should be doing, not libidoing. So passion, but also there might be actual, the hardest, there's so many things that's hard about that. When one or the other person's libido is just seemingly not happening. One, that's hard on the person that's happening to, right? But it's also hard on partner because it's hard not to take that personal. Even though by all logic, you should not, and you really should not. And it may even take something like surprising or shocking to like kick that libido in, but it will only be temporary. Again, I feel something around health issues, health scare, something that's changing. And so if there is physical injury, sometimes that can lead to, if it keeps somebody from providing, from doing their job, that can lead to this. And then eventually that mentally, emotionally, it's like a cycle. Meanwhile, you're just coming into your own, and this feels like not how you pictured it maturing or getting seasoned. kind of want to look more, Capricorn, I'd be really interested to look more into that King of Swords and that Five of Cups, and really into the High Priestess card. If you're a member, that's where the extended will be. Please make sure you look out for the poll and you vote on which one you want me to look into. There'll be a poll, the cards will be there, and you guys will choose what we look into more heavily. In the extended, let's just take, I'm going to take one Price of Love card. And just a shout out to Shauna. I love these. For an early Christmas gift, and I really appreciated it. Okay. We got 3 here. Communication, connection, and sparks. Yeah, duh. This is also how you're going to heal it. Now, the thing is I feel like you've been trying to heal it. It's interesting how these came out because sparks are in the middle. It feels like the lack of sparks could feel like it's hurting the connection. But there is communication, and we see the ebb and the flow, right? Trying to get them inspired to be motivated again. I don't know how much of a success that could be, because there's more going on than you can control here. It's crazy because I really do feel like for a couple of you, leaving this person now makes you feel like you would be the villain in everyone's story, but you kind of have to be the villain to your story to stay. Because you're just coming into that full High Priestess mode. That communication could be what saves the situation. And I don't necessarily mean save the relationship, but allow everybody to be exactly who they have to be right now. This is not easy stuff, but at the same time, this is incredible. So I want to know, how do we turn this around so you can have the promotion with this High Priestess energy that you should have in this lifetime, in this go around, in this spin, this is a divine gift. How do you use it? Right? Especially if you're feeling this Five of Cups kind of sadness. So that's what I think I would like to look at. And take the poll, but also if there's something else that you really feel like maybe you should have asked us if we wanted to look at that, leave it in the comments on that. On that poll. You can still leave a comment on a poll. And again, the lowest membership is like, it's $2.99 a month, and you get all 12 extendeds if you're interested in that. Holiday party stuff, look at that on my website or on the community page. That's going to be tons of fun. That's not till January, because I'm not psycho and I'm not going to ask you to add something to the list between now and New Year's that you probably already have going on. So I love you. Now you love you, Capricorn, and I will see you soon.